One of the things that you mention in your report is the need for a new policy directive on peacekeeping. Now, if you were an advisor to the president, what are 3 or 4 key issues that you think need to be included in this policy directive?
The last time the United States government explicitly created a presidential decision directive focused on peace operations was back in 1994, PDD 25, as the document was known. But this set the context largely for a US-led retreat from multilateral operations. We haven't had an equivalent document now, and we're into obviously 21 years later in 2015. So yes, I do think it's time that the United States government basically revisit this progress, this issue, and would put together, I think usefully, a presidential policy directive looking again today at what peace operations mean for the United States government and how they fit into its broader foreign policy priorities. So what should go into that type of document? I think a few things would be crucial. Firstly, that document should outline the strategic need in the area of peace operations. It should outline how the United States defines peace operations. How does it see them different or similar to counterinsurgency, to stabilization, to war fighting, and different types of operations that currently exist. Secondly, it should outline the strategic opportunity that is available for the United States to enhance its foreign policy interests by using peace operations as an instrument. Thirdly, I think it should clearly spell out which partnerships are going to be crucial in this area. So a document could think through what would be the major players, actors, institutions that would be important for the United States to work with. And in the African context in particular, obviously the United Nations and the African Union would assume the key positions, I think, in terms of our partnerships. But also other institutions would be important. The European Union is playing an increasingly prominent role, and so are some other individual countries. France would probably be the most important here. And I think such a document would be useful for a couple of main reasons, one internal and one external. Internally, it would help people within the US government clarify exactly how the administration is thinking about peace operations and how it's thinking about the priority tasks that flow from that. And particularly for the Department of Defense, a sort of PPD that sets out the key strategic issues on peace operations would enable DoD, I think, to come up with a more focused military guidance document to think about the specific military tasks that would be needed to be performed to support peace operations. Then externally, though, a document such as this would also do a couple of important things for foreign audiences. It would signal, I think, the importance that the United States government attaches to issues of peace operations, and that this is really a priority issue for the US as a whole. And it would help, I think, clarify a lot of questions that other countries might have about exactly how is the US moving forward going to prioritize and think about these questions to do with peace operations. Where does it want to put its majority of diplomatic focus? Where does it want to put the majority of its financial assistance? And how does it want to shape its security assistance packages accordingly?